Hey everyone, my name is Prithvi and welcome once again to the YouTube channel of Paisa Blog. And in this video, we're going to talk about the differences between shared hosting and virtual private server, that is also known as VPS, and which one is better for your business needs and for hosting your website. So it actually depends on person to person. It also depends on the needs of specific person that which one you should actually go for. So I've also written a post on the same actually, and I just thought to use some inputs from the same post because I did a lot of research. I did gather information from a lot of sources, and I thought the post could actually be the base for making this video. And so let's get started. So if we talk about an introduction, that shared hosting and a virtual private server. So shared hosting is actually a kind of environment where on one server, on one instance, or where the partition on one partition of a computer, and we have a lot of websites hosted on the same. So all these websites do have actually a single IP address. So not every time that you get to use a different or a unique IP address. And along with that, so shared hosting is basically uh, websites hosted in a shared environment. So as the name suggests, shared hosting is a type of web hosting which one server is configured in such a way that many people may use it at the same time to host their websites. And the bandwidth, storage, and RAM is equally shared among the users. So a lot of shared hosting web companies do actually offer unlimited bandwidth and unlimited storage, and that is actually not unlimited in the sense, because that unlimited storage is uh, shared by a number of users, and those number of users might even be hundreds or thousands in some cases, depending on company to company. And the shared hosting is managed by hosting company, which automates the process of users signing up and hosting on a particular server. So the whole process is automated using some scripts, and it is totally managed, and you will not need any programming coding language to make your website up and running. So everything is installed, all the scripts, all the website scripts, and the programs which you actually need to use your website. Everything is right there. The cPanel is right there, and you will not need any knowledge of a server or coding to have your websites. And often these shared hostings do come with cPanel. So cPanel makes it very very easy for you to create and manage your websites. So the hosting environment is very simple, and it might tempt you to go for shared hosting account. Almost all popular online scripts are available as one-click installs, and that's what make your the whole process so simple. As you're setting up a new account, the interface is mainly cPanel, as I told, and very well organized. That even the newbies, the people who do not have any knowledge about WordPress or cPanel, or about hosting their websites, can get used to it within minutes. So, talking about the virtual private server, virtual private server is basically many servers hosted on one server, but there are dedicated partitions. By dedicated partitions, we mean that if a web hosting company is offering you 20 GB of disk space, that actually means that you get 20 GB of disk space, and that no one else is using the disk space. So in shared hosting, a lot of people are entitled to use your the shared space, but in this you get it dedicated. But one server actually hosts a lot of a lot of small micro servers, which are known as virtual private servers. So if you have a so companies do set up the bigger servers, having gigs of memories, and terabytes of storage, and then they divide it in equal parts so that everyone can actually use it. And this is that you actually get what you promise, what you're promised by the web host. And also the main thing is that you do not have to share it with anyone else. And another good thing about VPS is that one server actually hosts a lot more VPS, so the whole pricing actually comes down to a very very a small extent. So this is what VPS is. If you see this, so the root is what how the whole thing is configured, and it just means on the number of users. I know that there are some VPS which might even have a few users and single digits, or there might be a few uh, VPS. Sorry, there might be a few servers which might also host a number of VPS, but you are always assured to get what you're promised. 1 gigs or 2 gigs of RAM, or 4 gigs of or 8 gigs of RAM, and whatever the storage and bandwidth that you are promised, you will always get that. So talking about the organization who consider that a shared hosting is not working out for them anymore, if you need a dedicated IP, if you need a more uh, dedicated platform, or if you need more control over your server, I think, and if you're not ready to spend a lot of money, so I think this is the best which is available for you right now. And along with that, if we see that VPS is working like shared hosting where multiple accounts are hosted on the same server, but as the name suggests, it is virtually a private server for you. So it is exactly a private server, but it does work as a server. So after signing for the VPS, you get a complete private interface which is exclusively for you. You will need to, so the whole interface is completely dedicated to you, and you will need to install all the scripts, all the programming languages, and everything that you're going to use to have your website up and running. And along with that, so you might need a little bit of professional help if to set up your VPS, but there are always a lot of tutorials available. And so let's just see what are the major differences between shared hosting and virtual private servers. So this is just a list. So shared hosting is relatively cheaper, while virtual private servers cost you more. By cost you more, I mean even virtual private servers are available at a very lesser price these days. So uh, uh, there are services like Vulture, there are services like Linode and Distortion, which are providing you as less as $2.5 a month, and that is actually relatively very cheap. So shared hosting provider often promises unlimited bandwidth and storage, but usually the user does not get that. So obviously, as I told, the whole unlimited bandwidth and storage is shared among a number of users, and those number of users might even range in hundreds or thousands at times. So you are promised, you're offered that unlimited storage and bandwidth, but often that is shared among hundreds and thousands of users. But in virtual private server, you are offered a dedicated, a specific storage and bandwidth, and you are always entitled to get that. So shared hosting is a shared platform where many websites are hosted on the same server. In case of virtual private server, there are many websites, but all websites are for unique IP and hosting address, which give you a completely private environment. As I told, that all the servers are configured in such a way that you get a dedicated instance, or you get a dedicated partition, which is only for you. In the shared hosting, the configuration of the main server is distributed equally among the users. So as I told, if a normal server is having 8 gigs of RAM, so 8 gigs of RAM will be distributed among hundreds or thousands of the number of users which are right there. But in VPS, whatever the configuration which you are promised, the server is configured according to your needs, as whatever you opt for, 1 gigs, 2 gigs, or 512 MB of RAM, and you do get that. So this is it. I mean, these are basically some of the points which do make you realize, it actually depends on your needs, what exactly you are looking for, and what exactly are your needs. If you are looking for a private environment, if you're looking for something which is safer, so I think I will always advise you to go for VPS. And if you're looking for, something which is not really a website which is not really a lot of importance, and you're not going to get a lot of visitors to that, shared hosting is another option which you can consider. So this is it in this video. I hope that the points that I discussed were useful. If you have any queries about, if you are having any queries about which VPS you should use or which shared hosting you should use, and if you need any guidelines, any any suggestions, you can always reach out to me in the comment section. And feel free to reach out to me in the comment section, and about any of the other queries that you have apart from the topic of this video, and I'll make sure that I do reply to you within less than 24 hours. And if you want me to make a video on any of the topics, feel free to leave your suggestions in the comment box, and I'll make sure that I do make a video on that in less than 7 days. So this is it in this video. I really hope that it was useful. Do like and share, and please subscribe to the channel so that I can keep bringing you all the latest updates of the blogging world, and also the tips and tricks from the blogging world. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.